Hey, Alex Subhuman here with United-POP Melbourne. Today we're going to take a look at clipping your drums. Let's turn your drums from this to this. I think clipping is something which is pretty misunderstood, especially when it comes to learning audio. Everyone's like, clipping's bad. You shouldn't be clipping. Don't clip that. And they're wrong. Well, most of the time they're wrong. Sometimes. It depends. The first thing I want to clarify is the difference between two ways that we read gain in a DAW. Okay, let's switch out to our meter view. Alright, here is my kick and snare group. Okay, so it's just the kick and the snare running through this channel here. Take a look at the bottom section. So there's a bright green area. There is a darker green area. And there's a little tiny light green line bouncing around the top. The little light green line at the top, that's going to be our peak reading. You might have heard the word transient used before as well. The transient is the first initial loudest part of the sound. Okay, so if we think about a clap, when my hands first connect, that's going to be a really big burst of energy, and that's going to be the peak or the transient. The bottom part here is RMS, that is root mean square. That's going to be your main body of the sound. If you think about a kick drum, where the beater connects with the skin, that's going to be a peak and a transient hit, but the boom of the drum, the tonal part, is going to be your RMS. The dark green section is a discrepancy between the RMS and the peak. You'll notice every time a drum hits, it bounces that peak up again. Now that we're comfortable with the difference between peak and RMS, I'm going to show you how we clip the transients off to achieve super loud drums. Not only are they perceivably louder, but they also sound. Let's grab a glue compressor and then add a bit of soft clipping. Yes, I said compressor because this compressor has a soft clip function in it. Let's quickly just dial in some compression. Okay, make sure that needle's bouncing back between hits. Lovely. Pay attention to the metering here as I drive it up. Okay, you'll see here that the meter is going to the red when Ableton is the yellow. This is typically very naughty, but for us, this is exactly what we want to do. You'll notice that it's just that peak line going above zero. The body in the RMS is staying beneath. The RMS is actually sitting around -6, -5, which is perfectly fine. Let's chuck on soft clip and watch the problem go away. How about that? What's effectively happening is the soft clip is chopping off those transients just before they hit zero. It doesn't distort or sound bad because transients are so fast that you're not actually noticing an audible distortion, even though there is a slight one added. In fact, with soft clipping instead of hard clipping, you're actually doing a little bit of limiting ahead of the clipping, and the result is you're adding nice harmonics in with your clipping. This gives the drums a little bit more of a sizzle every time they hit. Let's have a listen to the difference with it on and off. I'm going to solo the drums. Let's take a listen, not clipped and then clipped. As you can hear, there is almost no difference. We're not driving super hard. The important thing is our meters are now sitting comfortably under zero, which means that we can push our drums up nice and loud without causing any nasty issues in our mix later on. Just to really show you the difference visually, I've got a bunch of claps here. This is the clean version. Reaching for higher. We are now going to add another audio track on. We're going to call this one clipped, and we're going to take the recording in from the clean clap. I have to add that into the video. Let's add some clipping to these claps and we'll take a look visually and see what's happening here. This time, rather than using a glue compressor, I'm going to show you another technique I use, which is the soft clipper within the saturator. Turn off the color, drive the signal up above zero, and then hit soft clip. Let's record in from here, solo that. Driving up now. Okay, you can see the signal's now going well above the top, which is zero. And let's clip. Okay, this is the non-clipped to the clipped. This one has not been soft clipped, but it is going above 0. So technically that is clipped. If we were to bounce out anything less than 32-bit, that would actually clip it. I'll explain what that means in a later video. We'll do some digital sound theory stuff. That's all of the audio which is being clipped off. Play them side by side. Can you tell the difference? One of these naughty claps is going above 0. This one is not. Right? That stuff up here has been chopped off. If we were to go that far beneath 0, we'd have to turn it down by 2. Is that making sense now? I think there's a good place to stop. I want to do a further dive into clipping in the future. It's something that I use in all of my production and mixing and mastering for myself and for some of my lovely clients. So yeah, that's it for me. Catch you guys in the next one.